Sole trader, a person who owns the business. Setting up a sole trader removes most of the legal formalities of the business. The sole trader is bound by certain regulations which they must abide by. When earning profit, they must pay income tax on their full amount, or profit as it is called. They must pay this regardless of what they take out. Example of sole traders: Beetle Brow, a freelance web designer, and Lollipop Creative Studio is a freelance web design company or graphic design. Partnership, a business organisation that normally involves two or more people managing a business. Both business owners are equally and personally liable for the debts of the company. In addition, they must share the profits with each other. If the agreement says otherwise, then they must share. Examples of partnerships: Isaac Partnership do videos, website marketing and advertising and graphic design. A public limited company is a company which offers shares to the public and has limited liability. Public limited stock can be acquired by anyone and holders are only potential loss the amount they paid for. For example, TalkTalk, a public limited company which provides phone services and broadband for people. Private limited companies. A private limited company is liability and a members or subscribers of the company is limited and what they have invested or guaranteed to the company. Limited companies may have limited shares or guarantee. For example, Virgin Media are a private limited company. Tax is a corporation tax. It's on profits made by companies and on profits of permanent establishments. The main rate of corporation tax applies when profits are at a rate exceeding 15 million. There is no other claim or rate that applies to this corporation tax. It is normally 20% set around the years 2011, 2012, 2013. It went up to 23%, but from April 2014 it will go down to 21%. You are normally responsible for your own corporation tax and you have to pay it on time. Your corporation tax is due by 9 months after you pay it on the first time. So if you paid it on the 31st of December, then you pay it on October the 1st and no later because you'll have to pay it on time. Or the HMRC will charge you for interest. When paying it in 2011, you paid at 20% if you made a profit of 300,000, which was the same for 2013 and 2012. The main corporation tax in 2011 was 26. Then in 2012 it was 24, and then 23. It was then 23%, but it is going down in April. If you continue not to pay your corporation tax, the HMRC will take action against you and come and collect any unpaid tax that you have. This normally results in administration or compulsory liquidation, where the company director will apply to the court and be authorised accreditor to help them apply a plan to help any unpaid taxes. VAT is a tax that is charged on different goods and services that are registered in the UK. You also get charged on goods and different services if you import them from different countries. The European Union, it is charged when a business sells to other businesses or non-business companies. But you must account and pay VAT on items sold to staffs or certain gifts. Your turnover of the previous 12 months has to go over a certain limit to be called VAT threshold. Currently at 79,000, you are charged on full prices sales even if you accept any goods. If you're going to start up a small business, you have health and safety to abide by. If you're going to hire 5 or more people, then you will need written health and safety policies. These policies usually have to be checked at different times of the year to make sure the workplace is safe and secure. These will include different risk assessments for each employee to be filled out. It is also helpful to have insurance when starting a small business so you can be covered if a building has theft or fire, and also protect your stock if you have insurance on your stock, and you can claim money back if it gets damaged or stolen. For example, if where you live starts to flood and the stocks get damaged, insurance can cover it and you can rebuild your premises and give money back to the damaged items. Contracts. If you have a number of employees working for you, then you must get them to sign a confidentiality agreement. This means they agree not to steal any ideas or business plans. It is recommended that you and your stock suppliers sign a contract which states that they cannot sell items or other brands of your own. Software license, it's a piece of program you can buy or be sent out to the company. As the business is paid for it, they can use one or more copies for it, but only for themselves. For example, if a small business bought a software license for Photoshop, then they'd be able to use it on their computers, but only for their business. They can't use it for personal use. Employment law is a really important one. This is a contract between employer and employee. In addition, the employment rights is an agreement to your employer for them to follow the law in the workplace. Normally this is an agreement that is written in your contract, which by law you have to read and sign. There is also a law which acts upon different things from 1994 to 2012. This has different terms and conditions for each employer and employee to follow. Regulatory bodies, an agency or body as it's sometimes called, can be an authority or government body that is responsible for human activities in the workplace. There is also independent bodies too, such as Advertising Standards Authority, Press Complaints Commission, and the British Board Film Classification. Intellectual property protection. This includes your own products. This is your own trademark brand and your own copyright. If you create something that is new to you and your business, then it is protected under your intellectual property protection, and it stops others from using your idea. You have to make sure that if you want other people to use it, they have to pay a fee for your products or items. The Data Protection 1998 aims to protect high standards in the handling of personal information, so they can look after individual rights of privacy for people. The Act applies to firms holding information about living individuals in electronic form, and in some cases paper formation. This also includes data protection principles: fairly and lawfully processed for specific purposes, adequate relevance, and non-excessive. There are 5 main sources of funding for the business. Normally there is short-term ones, which are trade credit, which is expecting better than any other, which customers pay on cash on delivery. Most businesses will get an invoice which they are normally given 2 months to pay. There is also an overdraft which lets the business take out more money than it has in its bank. However, the bank will charge for interest. Long-term sources of finance. These are normally grants which you get at the beginning of the year if you qualify for them. New businesses, for example, if they are in high area of employment, they will qualify. There are different grant providers which are in the EU, local and national government and charities, for example, Prince Youth Trust. Also different long-term loans, which come in 3 different types. Bank loans, which are quick and easy to take off, but need to be paid back with interest. If not paid back, then they can use the business and take it away from you. Loans can be borrowed from friends and family because it's maybe harder to persuade the bank to give you money. There is also a mortgage used for buying properties. The properties used a collateral interest payment, which are normally low compared. A sole trader might lose their home as a collateral for borrowing money. Lastly is venture capital, which is lent by a business or individual who specialises in giving money to you to help grow your business. In return, they might get a share of their business. It's a software which oversees expenses, assets, and maximising profits, and ensures scalability for different businesses. An effective financial management system can be short and long-term effective for the business. Different programs use bill collections and eliminating accounting errors, making sure that they keep different regulations. How a business system can help the business is that it keeps records via and backs them up in case you lose them. It keeps them in the account, and in there you can easily update them and access them anywhere on the go. Financial systems don't really have an impact on the business because you can always use paper information, but it's always best to have it in place, and it helps keep financial records of the company and helps keep your assets in place. It also helps keeps records of your money going in and out. The most up-to-date piece of financial system is QuickBooks Premier 2013 and Payroll. It works with accounting tools, creates budgets and forecasts optimize stock control, and even more. You can take on your finances with different time management tools and step-by-step guides. It also has a 30-day telephone support. This works with HMRC systems and allows you to view your VAT liability at any time. The accounting software also includes foreign money support, which means you can work in different currency at the latest exchange rates. Internal credit controls are necessary to reduce the risk of fraud. That means any controls are oversight. It is like leaving the door unlocked with the cash register open, hoping that no one will steal any money. Plus, with the additional pressure of declining economy, temptation can be too great for some people and they can take the money if there is no control in place. Even employees have to be honest and can be tempted if there is a large sum of money in place. Also, without these internal controls, the business owner can never know what information they have or accurate or reliability. Time should be taken to set up implementations and review policy of internal controls. Once the policy has been established, management should ensure the controls are being followed. Some of the items to consider in creating an efficient internal credit control policy: